The Detroit Lions finally play tomorrow as they face the LA Rams in the Week 1 opener, and we have a lot of stuff to go over as the injury report is now here. The Lions have announced some roster moves, and we're also going to be doing a new segment for the previews and reviews of my videos. So look forward to that. But first, we're going to start off with the injury report. This came out yesterday. This is from Detroit Lions Twitter. Injury report. Lauren Strickland with a thumb, out. Ifeatu Melifonwu, ankle, doubtful. And DJ Reader, quadricep, questionable. Now, Lauren Strickland out. This really not going to be that big of a deal. He probably wasn't even going to play regardless. He probably wouldn't make the 48-man day roster. Ifeatu Melifonwu, doubtful, essentially means he's out. It's very rare that you see a doubtful player actually play. Like 95% of the time, if they're doubtful, they're ruled out 30 minutes before the game. And DJ Reader, I mean, it looks like he might play. He played during practice all this week, and DJ Reader might actually play, and it's incredible. But the roster moves that we just announced, this was about an hour ago, leave me to think otherwise. That DJ Reader will not play, and they're going to play it safe with him. And I don't understand these roster moves, I'm going to be honest with you. Like, I'm not mad at it, I just don't understand it, really. Where's it at? Here it is. 30 minutes ago, according to Detroit Lions Twitter. Wait a minute, here we go. Everything's not working right now. Alright, according to Detroit Lions Twitter, Lions announced roster moves. Signed defensive tackle Chris Smith to the 53-man roster. Elevated wide receiver Tom Kennedy and defensive tackle Kyle Peko from the practice squad to the active-inactive list. Really? Chris Smith is on the Lions 53-man roster now? You guys know how I feel about Chris Smith. Like, I don't hate the guy. There's no, thing about me that I hate him. I just don't think he's done enough through preseason in terms of, like, he hasn't stood out to me enough in terms of the play to be on a 53-man roster. The guy definitely has a chance to develop and be a good defensive tackle. I just don't. How do I word this? I don't know that him on the 53-man roster is the right move over a guy like Kyle Peko. That is really my thing that I don't like about this, is that Chris Smith made it to the 53-man roster over Kyle Peko when Kyle Peko has the relationship with Terrell Williams and has had some, good experience in this league. So that's where I'm a little bit concerned. But also, Tom Kennedy got elevated. I don't hate the move. I really like Tom Kennedy, but oh wow, I didn't expect that. Now, a lot of people expected Tim Patrick to get elevated week 1 or Allen Robinson. I didn't expect that. I really didn't. I'll be honest with you. I expected either DPJ or Tom Kennedy to get elevated, but not Tim Patrick or Allen Robinson. I just didn't see it. They've only been in the building for a week, essentially. I really didn't see them being elevated. They don't have enough practice under the belt yet. One of those guys will most likely be elevated next week, or maybe even two of them. But I'm not shocked that Tom Kennedy made it over those guys. I would have liked to see Tim Patrick, Allen Robinson, or DPJ over Kennedy, but I understand why they did that. And Kyle Peko, expected that. Well, this pretty much, to me, assumes that Kyle Peko and Chris Smith are going to play tomorrow, which that's why I'm a little bit confused that DJ Reader, he could be ruled out, or they're just going to play it safe with him and not play him this week and wait for him to play until the Tampa Bay game. I don't really know, like, why 2 defensive tackles, because I understand Martin went on the 53-man roster cut down. So right now we have, say Reader is out. So say Reader is out. We have McNeil, we have Oranzarike, we have Pascal, defensive tackle / defensive end. We have, that's 2, Kyle Peko, Chris Smith. Am I missing a guy? Okay, that might be it. I feel like I'm missing a guy. I don't know. Leave the guy in the comments down below if I am forgetting somebody. We will have 5 active if DJ Reader does play, but he very well could play, and they're just only going to play him for, 15, 20 snaps, somewhere around there. But yeah, so Again, not mad at the moves. I'm a little bit surprised that Chris Smith got signed to the 53-man roster over a guy like Kyle Pecco. Again, not mad at it. The guy has a lot of potential, Chris Smith, but just a little bit surprised by it. But now we're going to be going over my new segment where I'm going to be listing you my top 3 players. I think I might have said top 5 players heading into the game. But we're going to be going over top 3 players as I want to, make it a little bit more dicey and make it a little bit more, tougher decisions. So I'm going to put in the top 3 players to watch. Now, the top 3 players to watch doesn't necessarily mean, they're going to have outstanding games. Like, I'm watching for them to have outstanding games. Like, they're going to put up, 90 yards receiving. They're going to put up 90 yards rushing. They're going to get 3 sacks. They're going to get 2 picks. I'm not going to do anything crazy like that. Like, that's not what this is for. This is going to be guys that I'm strictly keen to watch to see if they will have an impact on the offense and potentially that a lot of people don't expect to potentially do anything. And one of the guys, the 3 is, you see him on the thumbnail, Brock Wright. He is a very key player to watch in this game. I think he's going to have a very key part in our offense from this year and going on. I really think he is. Brock Wright is a very underrated tight end. He is one of the better backup tight ends in the league. When he was our starting tight end in 2022, I never said he was a starting tight end. Never, ever said he was a starting tight end. Never. My dad, he always liked Brock Wright a lot. He always was like, no, we don't need to draft a tight end. And we ended up getting Sam Laporta, and he ate his words for that. But, Brock Wright is a great backup tight end. I've never said he's not been. He's just not a starting tight end. But he has a very chance to make a key impact in this offense last year. He had under 100 yards receiving last year. 100. Definitely expect that to raise this year, round up towards 200 receiving yards. He'll have a couple more touchdowns as well this year. He's also a great blocking tight end, one of the better blocking tight ends in the league. That's why I think he will have definitely more of an impact, at least to start the season, because of our backup offensive line is a little bit weak right now, especially with Mahogany not playing. So that is the first player to watch. Now, the second player to watch, in my opinion, is Kindle Vildor. I'm very interested to see if Kindle Vildor, how much he will play and how much he will do. Now, Kindle Vildor, I've always had the back on Kindle Vildor. Everybody, and I mean not everybody, but 95% of Detroit Lions fans don't like Kindle Vildor. They always want to crap on him for, allowing the Brandon Ayuk helmet catch. They want to allow him for busting all those plays in the regular season. And I just don't understand how you can do that. I really don't understand. Okay, for example, a guy like Will Harris. Will Harris is different, alright? Because Will Harris was our starting corner for multiple years. Alright? Not last year, obviously, but previous years he was one of our starting cornerbacks. And he was horrendous. He was absolutely horrendous. Even as a backup last year, he was horrendous. Penalties. He reminded me a lot of Nevin Lawson in that case scenario. Just penalty after penalty. Big play after big play. Now, last year he did improve, but still was not a great corner by any means. Now, but Kindle Vildor, the thing that's different from him with Will Harris is that Kindle Vildor, he got put in a situation that he shouldn't have been put in. He is a 5th, 6th string corner, and he got put in a situation where he had to be our number 2 cornerback. He was only in the building for a week, and he was announced to be our number 2 cornerback. And the guy had never been more than a 6th string corner in his career. And within 1 week, he had to be our number 2 corner. He got put in a situation where he could not get out of. So I'm 100% defending the guy. He showed more promise to me than Will Harris, especially as a backup. And he has a lot of potential. I really liked. Now, don't get me wrong. He did not play well last year when he got the opportunity. But I'm cutting him some slack, and I've had his back because he is not a number 2 corner. He's just not. We all know that. But as a depth piece, he can be a very key asset. That's why I think he's a key player to watch. I'm very curious to see how much he will play and if he will make an impact in a good way and have Lions fans eat their words. Now, the third player I'm interested to watch, now another not big name, but Brandon Joseph, as Fatu Melifonwu most likely going to be out and Warren Strickland already ruled out. that means we're down 2 safeties. So that means Brandon Joseph is probably going to get a decent amount of playing time tomorrow. Obviously, you got BB. Obviously, you got Kirby Joseph. But Brandon Joseph is your third safety. Only third safety heading into this game. So I think he's definitely a part to watch. Really liked him coming out of Notre Dame. Thought he played very well at Notre Dame. Was projected to be a 4th or 5th round, 6th round pick. Don't know how he feels on UDFA. Was on the practice squad the whole entire year last year. Showed some promise in the preseason last year and this year. So I'm very glad he made the 53-man roster, and I'm very curious to see how he plays. So that is my top 3 players heading in the game. We'll go ahead and throw in a bigger name here as well. Another key player that I'm looking to watch. Now this isn't my top 3, obviously, but another big name I'm looking to pay attention to somewhat is obviously Jameson Williams. Will he, because the Rams starting cornerback, number 1 corner, Darius Williams got placed on, I believe it was the PUP list. No, it was the IR. They placed him on the IR. He's out for 4 games. So they're without the number 1 corner. Keep in mind, they did not bring back Ahkello Witherspoon, who was the number 1 corner from last year, who played very, very well. So they don't really have a number 1 corner right now. I know they had Cam Curl. I know they got all them pieces in the safety room, but the cornerback room, they're lacking. So I'm very curious to see if Jameis is going to have a big game. I think he could be also involved in the running game as well. So he is a bigger player, obviously, that I'm looking to look forward to. But the 3 smaller guys, Brock Wright, Kendall Vildor, and Brandon Joseph, those are the guys I'm really, really looking to watch, go in deep term, and watch them all. So one pride, go Lions. Lions play tomorrow versus the Rams. I can't believe it's here. We'll have videos coming out. We'll obviously have the reaction coming out tomorrow after the game. It'll be a late one, obviously. So I might be a little bit tired, obviously. But it's a big game tomorrow. Come on, Lions. Let's get this W. Could be one of the last times you could see Jared Goff versus Matt Stafford on the Rams and the Lions. Facing potentially in the final showdown. And, oh, man. Football is back. I know I keep saying that, but it's truly back. One pride, go Lions. Let's get this W, man.